Raising our prices, but not for you. If you're already a member, nothing changes. Your monthly cost stays locked in at $20 forever. For everyone else, once we hit 1,000 members or on December 1st, whichever comes quickest, new memberships will cost $29 a month. Once we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, all 1,000 subscribers are going to get our 100 plus hotel and travel workouts ebook for free. If you've already bought it, you're going to get the updated version with modified options for every single workout. You still have time to lock this $20 price in for life. Sign up now and save at trainsentinel.com. You don't want to miss it. Slater, what's up? What's up? Oh, very greetings, Eddie. Two Toes, what's up? What's your name, Two Toes? What's up, boys? All right, I'm going to let the audience fill up before we ask these two existential questions. I have some crazy questions to ask you. Would you guys watch In the Box Office?
No, but I was pissed because I went to go watch it and it had just ended and I didn't care to watch it if it wasn't live.
Yeah, it was fun for a bit there. I think I said, man, what did I say? Oh, I said Jim Reaper sucks ass. And I think Mesa was quoting it. She pulled up my comment. She goes, Jim Reaper sucks beep. She said beep. So I commented, hey, I'll pay you $30 right now to say fuck you, Taylor. And I just kept putting $30. I said $30, but I don't think they ever even read it.
Were you going to donate it or Venmo her?
I would have Venmo'd because I know if I donated, it would have gone to Brian Friend's dildo collection. And then at some point, Kate goes, JR sexy. And then Mesa said, and then Mesa said he was hot. Dude, it was crazy. And that got me thinking. It got me thinking this crazy train of thought. Speaking of trains, I took a lot of Tylenol yesterday. It turned me into a train kid. Yeah. Okay. So for the life of Shut Up and Scribble, over under 5 women have scratched the disc to J.R. Howell.
Jeez, dude.
Oh, over. That's not even a question.
Think over? Do you really think over?
Yes.
Are you, dude? Really?
Yeah, I'm not like.
No.
It is
While
funny.
watching the show.
Do they have to have caught it live or can they be doing it later?
It could be after.
Oh, then yeah, over 5.
Oh shit! Everyone says over. Misha over. Fake Sevon over. What's up, Team Money? It's actually what all the bros called me in high school, but I'll pass off that nickname to you. Okay, second question. Gosh, if it's only while he's talking, they would never get there,
Yeah, they'd always be edging.
Okay, this is another crazy question. Over under 3 guys have peeled the old cheese stick to me cranking the green monster. That's a crazy one, dude.
3 is a good line because you asked me this earlier with 5, and it's definitely under, but I said it was over 0.
Over.
3 is a good line, I think.
JR. Real, and I mean real, and I know this is an uncomfortable question.
I'd say double the amount of people from the first question you posed.
That's crazy.
This is the thing. I would maybe think not if the foot thing had never happened, but after
the foot thing unlocks Pandora's box.
Yeah, then it's like, oh shit, like people are fucking insane.
Unlocks,
and if anyone from that foot porn page that was like DMing you and shit kept up with you and like was like, oh, I like CrossFit, I'll follow this guy, and then saw that, they went fucking crazy, like rash on their dick now, like a week after Wadapalooza.
Okay, that's too far, bro. Rash, come on, man, stop that. All right. Anyways, those are my
Indian
first
rug
questions.
burn.
Those are my first. Crazy style. Okay. All right. So we're going over what's this week? 2014 regionals, or is this episode 2? I think this is only the second week we're doing it, right?
I thought you guys did it when I was in Ocean Isle.
We did we went 13 and then went back to 12, right? And now we're doing 14. I think so.
How do you feel about the workouts being announced for Crash?
Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm glad they're out. Usually hate them at this point anyway. So
Do you
Do
hate
you
these
hate them at this
ones?
point?
no, I don't hate them. I've just been thinking about them for so long that I'm just ready to watch people actually do them and not just me stare at the
Who
empty
did you have
floor in the
test
gym.
them?
I mean, really no one. Like, I mean, Jason and Brooke did versions of them, but none of the workouts were exactly the same. So they didn't do any of these exact workouts. And then
Have any people test?
me and people at the gym. That's it. I didn't use like anybody from the outside.
You didn't use Angelo or anyone like that.
No one from Mayhem had like they didn't review the workouts or anything. They're just like, oh.
I just asked Angelo because I know that he tested for Syndicate, so I was curious if you had him test any of these.
Yeah, and Angelo's a coach now, and we kind of talked
Oh.
about that. Like, he's a coach of like really high level athletes, so I can't really use him to test stuff anymore, like into the new season and stuff.
Open season G Unit.
We don't need to go through these. I thought we were doing regionals.
G Unit.
Should
we
we
were doing
talk about
regionals.
the Fittest of the Coast workout that came out today, the first qualifier?
Sure.
Llama. That's
You
how
guys-
I read that.
Do you guys have a lot of athletes that do Fittest of the Coast?
I would say
I mean, I think a lot, like enough,
probably. Yeah.
yeah, that it's worth like talking about. I just think a lot of people do that competition, especially
I think so
like
too.
on the East Coast,
Yeah.
obviously.
Can I say, when you read this workout, how do you pronounce it, Bryson?
Dayama.
Okay. JR, how do you pronounce it?
The llama.
I go the llama. You know what I mean? It just looks like it should have about 6 more L's in there. I honestly, the names I'm fucking with hard. I'm fucking with the names. Purgatory.
JR, what do you think about this? One of my ideas when we were talking about Kill Taylor season 2 was I thought that we should name all the workouts.
That's cool.
Do you not think that that would be so funny? Like,
I think
especially
it's
for
cool.
Kill Taylor,
Yeah,
they could be such funny names.
I think for this one though, in the future, now that you asked my feedback, you should just call these flips. 2 flips.
yeah. I thought about it.
Because fuck them, like you said, fuck them, bro.
Well, I didn't say that, but
Come on, dude. Let me put words in your mouth. You basically said that. You said something a little bit different that didn't have the F word in it, but yeah, you said fuck them. Okay, I just wanted to look at these. They're sick workouts. I know you talked about them yesterday. I'm pretty excited. I like, 6 events. It's clean. You're not doing too much. What do you think?
Saturday is just really hard.
Yeah.
Like Saturday is just a rough day. But other than
That's
that,
what
I think
Mason said.
it's good. Yeah.
What do you think's gonna hurt the most? Which workout?
That workout right there.
This one, the llama.
Mhm.
Really?
I thought it hurt the most of all 6.
I think sled
More
workouts
than
are
this
always the
one?
worst kind of
Yeah.
workout.
Because that one, if you have a big tank and you understand pacing, especially on like the burpees, I think you can get to 80% on the first round and just stay there the whole workout. I think is.
And this one hurts. Okay, I would guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fitness in that one for sure. If you're someone that can that doesn't have to break the squats up a lot, that's a ton of fitness, and it's like that 14 to 16 minute time domain where you're just gonna be hurting for most of the workout. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and this one too. This 400, 400.
yeah, like I said, if you're doing this, the whole thing has to hurt because you don't really get slowed down by the pulling, so you can make yourself run really hard. Which
God,
is cool.
I really like Matt Rattay, dude, but this is the dumbest fucking comment I've ever read, and this is dumber than some of the more liberal woke shit that's flying around the internet these days. Saying John Young could win this event? No, Matt, no. He would have to squat clean the flip sled. All right,
That's gonna be, I think, the fastest time on that though is gonna be in the 3s. It's gonna be really, really fast.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, Fittest of the Coast. Let's pull it up.
Jared, on that last one, do you think there's people who will not be able to do both of the movements? Like there's going to be someone who just can't flip sled and someone who just can't do the strict handstand push-up?
Do I think one person's not going to be able to do both, or do I think
No.
there's
Do
gonna
you
be-
think there will be one
Yeah.
person, like a person on each movement who can't do each
Mhm.
movement?
I kind of hope that's what happens.
Yeah.
I hope that like someone really, really big and powerful and tall can like not do the deficit on parallettes. And then I hope someone that is built to just crush the strict deficit parallettes like can barely do the flip sled. I just think it'll do a lot for the event itself if it doesn't favor one body type.
Joe Ellis did this workout. I think that's what they're saying. Okay, so this is Fittest to the Coast qualifier workout 1. As many rounds and reps as possible in 20 minutes. 40 calories in the rower, 20 box step overs. Unloaded, 40 calorie row, 20 burpee box jump overs.
I was
Are
told
they
they were
really
box.
are they really unloaded?
I was told that it was box jump overs and
That's
then
what I was
burpee
told.
box jump overs.
That's
So,
what I saw too.
so
Let's go
maybe
to
you're
the
just
website.
allowed to jump, but they're definitely unloaded. Yeah.
The fittestofthecoast.com.
Do you think that flip sleds or pigs or stuff like that, really heavy ones, favor a taller athlete more than any other movement?
No.
Yes, I think a pig favors the levers more than just strength for sure.
Well, I know that it does favor a taller athlete, but I'm saying like to the extent that that movement favors a tall athlete, do you think that there is any other movement that favors them to that extent?
Oh.
Legless.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say that any rope climb variation unless it's seated
Or wall ball.
doesn't really favor.
I was gonna say wall ball and rowing are the two that I thought of.
The reason I don't think so on the flip sled is because of how long it is. There's like a margin of diminishing returns. So like once you're like 5'8" or 5'9" and above, it's like you have plenty of advantage. Like the flip sled for me is super easy, and maybe that's just after learning how to not get.
I think it's I think for you and for Quentin because Quentin tested that workout. If you are really explosive in the hips, like you just really have explosive hips, and you're a good puller, like a good upper body puller, because I think being able to grasp onto those handles, I think you can get a lot out of the pull on that workout, like on that movement specifically. If you're a good puller, you can rip it off the ground. Like I think it does a lot too.
I give the flip sled Indian rug burn. Okay, so this workout is crazy, dude. It does say box step overs. You're targeted if you jump.
Yeah, if you can step over 100%.
It's like row hard, rest, row hard, basically burpee hard. I mean, the workout is the 40 cal rows. And, I guess I would think this. I would think on this row, oh man, that's kind of
especially
tricky.
for 20 minutes. I think it's real. The workout is the rows, like 100%.
For sure.
Yes, it is. You basically have to do everything at a pace, in my opinion, that you can hold 1400 on the rower. If you want to win well, this is also Fittest to the Coast. It's not like it's the games, but
yeah, they usually have some like semifinals athletes that come. They usually have good athletes. So do you know if everyone does the qualifier for this competition, like Wadapalooza, or do they invite some people? Or
I believe everyone does the qualifier.
God, this is the same ass workout for everyone. Okay, they can step up. I do not like this workout.
Yeah, I don't either. But
I mean, look, it's you might honestly, to be honest, you might as well have just done a 5K row.
yeah, I was thinking about it. Like,
why waste a burpee? Why waste a burpee in a workout where it's so irrelevant?
I think a 20-minute AMRAP. I think a 20-minute AMRAP of 40 cal row, 20 burpee box jump over would have been good.
Better, yeah.
40 and 20.
40 and 20,
definitely better. Sure. I was thinking make it a little bit shorter and then just make it 20s. Like maybe a 10-minute AMRAP or a 15-minute AMRAP. And I also think, just make the step overs burpees too. So it's just a couplet.
15-minute AMRAP, 21 calorie row, 15 burpee box jump overs. Easy day.
30 inches too, maybe.
Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go to regionals. Let's get off this bullshit.
I know, bro. Everyone just does those workouts, so I feel like they want to hear us talk about it.
No, I know. I
No,
mean,
it's
we'll
good.
say-
I do think we should bring up. There's a competition. I
For
want to say
strategy.
it's in maybe in La República Dominicana.
Oh, what? In the where?
I want to say it's in the Dominican Republic.
Say that again, no, dude. That's how you said it, dude.
Yeah.
Say it the same way the first time, dude.
La República Dominicana.
Oh my gosh.
You like that?
Dude,
Definitely
now it's
some
over
scratch
5.
and disc.
It's over 5
Definitely
now
some
for
scratch
sure.
and disc. Wicka. Okay.
No, but there's a competition. Dude, it's got really good prize money. I want to say it's like 10 grand, 8 grand, 6 grand. But it's somewhere in Central America. They've released a lot of the workouts. I think there's 8 of them. We need to review that one when everything comes out.
Okay, we will. All right. Before we go from this, strategy on this workout. What are you laughing at, dude? Some screens are. Is this brief?
Brian said all the athletes' names like in their native accent.
Oh. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I guess to me, it's like I don't know. I don't even think also that you can row. At first, I was thinking, oh, maybe you should prioritize one of the rows over the other.
Jesus Christ.
Are you going to fucking pay attention, fuckwad, or what?
Yeah.
Ew, God.
It's your question, bro.
Okay. Okay, next. Do you think you could prioritize one of these rows over the other, JR, in terms of effort? Like at first I was like, oh man, you could row this one probably a bit harder because you go into the step overs, but that's only in the first round. Because when you're done with 20 burpee box jump overs, you're not going to want to row that one any harder.
Yeah. So can you row harder after or going into? I think it's a wash. I think it's the same pace.
The same, yeah.
Same
Same pace on the rows. I would honestly, I'd let the step overs take even a little longer so that you can row harder and do the burpee box jump overs faster.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think there's any reason to jump your feet up and jump off the box if it's just going to make you row 100 cows an hour. Like, you're going to get way more in return holding a 14 versus a 13. Like, it's going to be crazy by the end of the workout.
Yep. And step up, obviously, yeah. Step up, step back burpee on the burpee box jump over for sure. But
I mean, yeah, how long would you say 20 step overs takes if it's like attacking it like too fast for what we're saying?
If it's
like for Wadapalooza, they did what, sets of 100 on like with a vest or whatever, and it was still like 25 a minute. Like it was
I think 20. I think doing them 30 a minute or getting I think getting the 20 done in a minute. It's almost like a 3 on. It's almost like an interval at that point with 1 minute of rest in the workout. If you're going a 3-second pace per rep, I think, and maybe even. God, think about this.
Thinking, like, what's too fast versus like a recovery pace is probably it's probably the difference between like 10-15 seconds, and you can easily make that up by recovering on them and just
easily. And then especially at the end of the workout, imagine you recover here on the rower and then or on the step overs, and then you can pin this row if that's how it shakes out. But let's play through it. Let's say this takes 2 minutes, say like a minute 50. Now you're at 250. So you're at 350, 440. What do we want to say this takes? Minute 40?
The burpee box jump over?
Minute 30?
A minute 30.
It shouldn't take that long, but
440. Let's go 540. So 610. 610. You've done one round, moving pretty quick for a guy. And so if you're lucky at 1830, you'll be back at the start and you can rip that 40 cal row. Whew. Yeah, it's a tough workout. I still think
it's a hard workout for sure.
Yeah,
if you want to get a good score.
Yeah,
but I agree with you. I agree with you, especially in an online qualifier. Making the burpees in your qualifier irrelevant is a really big miss, in my opinion.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you need to row hard. You need to make the step overs your rest. And then you need to row hard, and then you need to do these not slow. You can't, because that's another place is you could lose a lot of time on the burpee box jump overs. Okay. And I'm talking about people who are like resting on the ground because they went too hard somewhere.
Right.
Okay. 2014 regionals. We're going to bring him up, brother. Boom. Okay. All right. 2014 regionals. Individual. Friday. Wow. Friday's a big day. Friday is a big day. 3 events on Friday. Starting with a 1 rep max hang squat snatch. Transition into a max distance handstand walk. Is this what gave you the idea to do dumbbell Randy into 300 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Interesante. Muy interesante. That's crazy. That's cool. What do you think about that, Bryson? Hang squat snatch for a max lift. Were these 50 points each?
That's a good question. I was trying to think about it. The year they did the 30 burpee muscle ups and the overhead squat from the floor, those were 50s. And I can't remember if they did the same thing this year because it's the year following. So I'm not sure.
What was the max distance handstand walk? Was it like a
Unbroken?
I think they had like a 50-foot grid, and as long as you continue to do it unbroken, you could keep going. Like I think that's like how they did it. And if you came down somewhere in the middle, you were done.
but did you kick down and turn around?
Yeah, you kicked down and then started again. Someone in the comments will know.
So it was a time.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember if it was like a 3-minute window for both, or if it was a 2-minute window for both.
Gotcha. But it had okay. So I'm okay with it being 100 points each if it were, because they kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Gymnastic in terms of
I don't think those cancel each other out.
I think it cancels each other out enough at regionals for them to both be 100 points. You're not going to get
at regionals and maybe in the time.
I think even now at
Like in
regionals,
2014.
it would be just fine, because you're not going to have a guy. You're not going to have that guy who's an outlier on the hang squat snatch that shouldn't be at the games. I would suspect that would also be incredibly rare for them to do well on this event. So when I'm thinking, okay, what's an outlier that comes to mind that would do well on these together? They're games athletes. It's Tudor Magda, Guy Mayeros, and you could laugh at Guy, but he always qualifies out of South America. So whenever he tries to compete, well, most of the time he does. He didn't miss out last year. He chose to not do the Open.
But the year before he missed out from South America.
Well, I still don't think he would fucking beat probably Kalen D'Souza in the max handstand walk.
I'd like to know what the format of the max handstand walk is, because even like Dallin and Jason would still do
really well on both.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I think they cancel each other.
And this is an example too. Like I think if they did like an AMRAP, like if they did 2 minutes max distance, that you could create a little separation there, because people can handstand walk so fast in 2 minutes. But I think this is this is maybe the first example of something that you could not program now and it be an like legitimate test. I don't think you can program the handstand walk the way they did it this year and it be viable for how good everyone is now. I think there would have to be something to it. How many unbroken whatevers can you do in 3 minutes? 300 feet for time. Like it would have to just be something. This 3-minute max distance, I think they could do that. But this is why Sam Briggs didn't make it back to the games after she won the games, because she handstand walked 80 feet, maybe something like that. That would never happen. That would never happen today.
This is kind of getting ahead, but I think event 5 cancels out event 1 more than event 1 and 2 cancel each other out.
Okay.
Yeah, hey man. Yeah. There's this regional was, to me, extremely gymnastics.
Yeah. Let's get into it. So event 3, Nasty Girls version 2, 3 rounds, 50 alternating single leg squats, 7 muscle ups, 10 hang power cleans. So it's literally just a pistol workout.
Correct.
I think this workout's fucking cool though. I like it.
Oh my God, it's fucking unreal.
It's all pistols and it's kind of retarded, but
should have been. Hey, they should have done this in 2014. Would have been cool. Is 50 single leg squats, 7 strict muscle ups.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do
this would be
event,
If someone were going to do a V3, that would be a cool one to play with.
Yeah.
That workout.
So we've got probably 200 plus feet of handstand walking, 150 single leg squats, 21 muscle ups. And then we go into basically 75, 63 is it? 45, 51, 54 strict handstand push-ups and 54 burpees. Good God. Yeah, it is insane gymnastic bias.
Press.
Yeah, I love this workout though.
First time strict handstand push-ups ever programmed.
And they're hard as fuck in this workout.
They are
so
hard dense after the burpees.
I don't really like the strict handstand push-up and burpees in the same workout, but
I love it. I love it in this format. And I think it's doubly harder because you're holding a fucking barbell in the front rack for that many reps.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that's brutal.
It's a hard ass fucking workout. Yeah.
Squats back to back, 150 single leg squats into front squats.
5 out of 7. 5 out of 7 have squatting.
After a hang squat snatch. That's crazy. Dude, this was premier programming back in the day.
This is just how they did it. You squatted a lot. Yeah.
Wow, that's a nasty workout. Event 4, event 5. We know this workout. They redid it. Yeah, not my. I don't love the workout. I know. I'm sure it was good for the time. You know how I feel about 13 feet. You know how I feel about 13 feet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about that too. But just going back to event 4, without the burpees, don't the same people win the workout? I don't think so at all. I think with the burpees, you have to be great at strict handstand push-ups to win the workout. Without the burpees, you have to be like competent.
It's a front squat. I think it's a front squat workout without the burpees.
I agree. I still think you have to be competent at the strict handstand push-ups, especially in 2014. But like you have to be really good at strict handstand push-ups to win the workout with the burpees in it.
Yeah.
And then for event 5, I think this workout is way better without 13 feet. I just hate 13 feet. It's so dumb.
It's basically who can jump the highest, which is, I guess that's fine, but JR, thoughts?
I kind of think the burpees do the same thing that the fins do when you swim. I kind of think that, to the CrossFat's question, the burpees make the people who are really good at strict handstand push-ups already even better at them.
Even better, yeah.
And it makes the people that aren't as good at them even worse. So it actually creates more of a separation. But maybe it's just the same. Maybe it's just.
Do you agree though that without the burpees, then it's just a front squat workout for the most part? Like a front squat workout, as long as you're okay.
In 2025, 100%. This probably not. I think strict.
That's a good point.
Were so hard for people that they probably were pretty relative. But I agree. I mean, I think you can just do a couplet and it would be pretty much the same thing.
Do pistols test anything other than mobility? It feels like a young person to work out. Well, they do test things more than mobility, but also flexibility is one of the 10 general physical skills. So if you ask Max El-Haj, I got into an Instagram argument with him about this, and he thinks that
I would say a single leg squat. I would say a single leg squat tests flexibility more than it tests anything else.
Yeah.
Maybe you could argue balance. You could argue balance and flexibility. But
I would argue that it tests those two more than anything else.
If I do a set of 50 unbroken wall balls with a 20, I'm probably the same metabolically fatigued, and my legs will probably feel it more than if I did 50 alternating single leg squats.
I don't disagree. I agree 100% that it tests flexibility and balance more than anything else. But, and this is maybe just me making assumptions, but I'm reading the question like that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Those are some of the things that we test in fitness, and they're just as important as
it's fine only if you actually uphold the standard on the single leg squat, and they fucking never do. Never do they do that. They see people go up onto the toes and they're like, if his heels were down, he'd be below parallel, but they're not. So that's my only frustration with the single leg squat is people are way too lenient, even at the games level. Like you could go and watch Triple G Chipper at the games, and you'll see people not hitting depth or anywhere fucking close to it on single leg squats. Meanwhile,
what I always think of when I think of that
is ass with the floor.
what I always think of is the open announcement where they had like Ben Smith and Sean Sweeney for like the workout that ended on 315 power cleans and had
the box jump,
and
power
pistols.
clean.
Their pistols all look like fucking shit, at least on one side. All of them had a shitty side where they weren't hitting depth, and then I think Sean Sweeney wasn't hitting depth on any side.
Which is so like, hey,
I'm actually kind of of the thought that unless we load them with a dumbbell or a kettlebell, I think it's a really risky movement to do at speed in any kind of competition, online or in person. I think seeing hip opening is, especially when you get people like Noah and Matt that can go so fast, I think it's just really hard to be able to see true hip opening on a pistol.
I do like when they have a mandated set on like one leg and then have to switch.
Me too.
I don't care. I think you can put pistols in a workout unloaded and not mandated single leg for X amount of reps in the right workout and be just fine. And a great example will come to another regional workout that's paired with power cleans. But that workout, you are so tired from the other movements that you're forced to move at a deliberate pace. And I think that is a great place for them.
Yeah, I think if they would have, like they did 104 wall ball before the pistol, I think that's a perfect scenario because they already get slowed down by the pre-fatigue. And I think that's a good point. I think if you're going to use them, I think doing them like in a back-to-back or maybe at the end of a long chipper probably makes the most sense.
And dude, I don't think anyone can argue there's maybe two movements that are aesthetically more pleasing than someone who's really good and moves well in a pistol squat. To me, it's like a muscle up and a squat snatch.
That's what I was going to say.
And I can think of one person who I could just watch all day do pistols, and it's Matt Fraser. And it's just the fucking most fun thing to watch because he's showing incredible balance, incredible flexibility, ridiculous capacity. And I think the movement's important and should continue to be used. I just think that, like enforce the standard. Hey, you're going to miss the games this year. I'm sorry, you're really good, but you can't do a fucking pistol squat. So see ya. You can't do a pistol squat for the most part. It's you literally can't do one because you can't get your hip crease below the knee.
Yeah, and that's extremely important when we're talking about fitness. Like it's not just about your metabolic capacity, like your ability to breathe hard. It's not just about how strong you are. And even people who understand that sometimes think that it's just about those two together. It's like, how it's just strength and conditioning. No, it's not.
So anyways, moving on. We talked about the 13-foot for the rope climb. I hate that. It just, I don't know. What do you think, JR, for the time for 2014, that was appropriate?
Yeah. I mean, think about Katrin not making the games and then winning back-to-back years, and she didn't make the games because of this specific workout. Like, you remember that. It created a lot of drama in that way. Unfortunately, like it happens a lot of times, I think it's really, really difficult to get it right. And right, I guess, is maybe a little bit arbitrary. But it's just not the same workout for men and women. And while it's not a big deal because they don't compete against one another, if the stimulus you want in the workout is I want people to get to pulling fatigue, and the women are doing that in 5 or 6 rounds and the men are not doing it at all, then I think that something should have been adjusted.
Yeah.
I think that either the women climb to a lower height and do the same reps, or the men do another rep.
I think it probably just should have been like at this point in time, maybe a 5-minute AMRAP.
If the point of the workout is to expose someone's upper body pulling hole, then you need to look at both sexes individually, I think.
Dustin Weber, would y'all make a Sentinel ebook for getting your first pistol? We're going to release a accessories workout ebook that'll have a lot of that stuff in it. It'll have like 400 workouts in it, and they'll be categorized by skills and muscle groups and movement patterns. And pistols will be one of those. Event 6 for time: 50 cal row, 50 box jump overs, 50 deadlifts, 50 wall balls, 50 ring dips, 50 wall balls, 50 deadlifts, 50 box jump overs, 50 cal row. I like this chipper. I think it's so interesting to see as well that there's 50 ring dips in this point in time, 14. And then when they show back up, it's like people had never worked on them and they all blew their pec out. Know your history. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
or
for
that
me, it's
people say
still
you can't program them in a competition now because
Oh,
there's no good way to standardize it.
I don't agree with that at all.
I don't agree with it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like people say that though, anytime ring dips come up.
Yeah, and I don't think you need the back straps either. Like, I don't think that needs to be, just look, shoulder touches the top of the ring and you extend your elbows. I think that's pretty clear to see. Is it not? I mean, what do you think?
I think it is clear to see, but the problem people have with that is their hips not moving. Do you have an issue with that?
I don't have an issue with that.
I don't even know how to do a dip like that without my hips moving.
Same way people do like the woodpecker push-ups. Do you ever see people in your gym do that where their chest touches but their hips never move?
Yeah. That pisses me the fuck
Well,
off.
it's kind of the same thing.
I know it's the same thing. I just don't. I know how to do a woodpecker push up, but I don't know how to do whatever a fucktard ring dip. I don't know what else to call it. But
I think after judging some at Charlotte Classic and watching that, I remember Andy saying something about it in typical Andy way, like the way that I would say it. Yeah, I don't know what the big deal is. You just go shoulder below the elbow. That's it.
I can't even.
And I kind of like that. I kind of agree with Andy on that. I think it might be easier to just see, like you look at hip crease below top of the knee, you just look at shoulder passing below the top of the elbow.
And extension.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I do think the ring dip is awesome. And I think that I wish it got programmed more. I just don't know how I feel about in a 6 or 7 event competition programming ring dips and ring muscle ups. What do you guys think about that?
It's absurd. I think that's
I
great.
don't like that.
It's unreal that there's muscle ups and ring dips. It's pretty unreal that there's wall balls, single leg squats, overhead squats, front squats, hang squats. Like that's crazy. But you could even say it's crazy that they have handstand walking, then muscle ups, then strict handstand push-ups, then ring dips. I mean, that's a ton of pressing.
What is cool though, and I'll kind of like give Dave credit for, is that the last couple that we've reviewed have been extremely weightlifting heavy. You got Diane, and then you got 225 hang cleans for 30 reps, and you got heavier deadlifts later. Then you got 100-pound dumbbell snatches, and it's very like very, very weightlifting bias. For them to do this the next year, I think is pretty cool.
Do you think we've reached a course correction where early on it was incredibly weightlifting biased? Then we had this middle period where they're like, we need to involve more gymnastics. And now we're at like the monostructural period where we are course correcting again with all of the machines and all of the running and all of the long distance events. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, I was about to ask, I know JR said this like last episode, but just looking at these makes me feel like Dave has started to use machines as a crutch now. And like this
using my crutch.
Yeah, I mean, and I get how you fall into that if you're like writing your own training and you're like feeling beat up and you're like, I want to do burpees, but I need to be out of breath before I do them because I want to do a million. Like, okay, row before it. But for programming the games and everything that leads up into that, clearly he can be pretty creative. And even if we've learned how to program better than this at this point, and Dave has too, like, doing ring dips and ring muscle ups in a 7 event competition is pretty retarded. But I don't know. I just feel like that's a huge area that he's like taken 100 steps backwards.
Yeah. Hey, JR, how fast do you think you could do 21 rope climbs? Sub 3?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Sub 3?
I think so.
Okay. How fast do you think most of a semifinal field men could do 21 rope climbs?
To a true 15?
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be slower than mid 3s.
Okay.
That's
but on a regional rig, 3 minutes.
Sub
maybe
3.
sub. Okay.
Sub 3, yeah.
And then how fast are 105 wall balls? Just over
3 minutes.
Just over 3 minutes. So about equal.
Yep.
I was just thinking of this rep scheme that I had never seen before that we wrote for a workout. And
105 and 21?
No.
Huh.
50, 10, 35, 7, 20, 4.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
It is cool, dude. You don't have to be so chill about it. Okay, bro.
I was
You can get excited.
hoping, JR.
I'm thinking.
I was hoping that
Get
you just
excited for a
said.
second, bro.
I was hoping you were gonna just say okay and then not say anything else after that because I knew Taylor was about to get really mad if you stopped talking after that.
No.
And I
like
think that'd be a
I like,
nasty workout with wall balls and rope climbs.
yeah.
But even that like shows, hey, has that rep scheme ever showed up on main site? What the fuck, Dave? Has that ever showed up in competition? Like, where's the creativity? Where's the gusto?
Event 7 is one of my favorite workouts ever at regionals.
Yeah, I know. You love it. That's a good workout. I've done it.
I just like it because for the longest time we had thruster rope climb. One year they had the 15 muscle ups into the squat clean ladder, which I thought was freaking really cool. It wouldn't hold up now. I think it would probably have to be like 21 muscle ups and way heavier weight. But I think when they do stuff other than classic Fran for finale, it's cool. And this one, I mean, I like it because of the numbers, but I also like that people didn't do it unbroken, but the urgency that some people had to the bar was completely different than others. And it was cool to see that.
I'm writing that workout out and posting in the chat so people can do it. Yeah, you had the Sea Dragon. That's what you had at Crucible. This was a twist off this workout, correct?
Sea Beast, I think.
Sea Beast.
This is what I think about when I see like that workout at the end. And I'm like, man, 8 thrusters would be really cool. And you have thruster pull up. But then you have wall ball in the workout before and you have front squat in event 4. So what if you made overhead squat where the front squat is? And then and I start moving stuff around because I wonder if Dave did that. If he was like, well, I'm doing hang squat snatch for the first workout, but I can still do overhead squat for the last workout and it'll be fine. Like, I wonder if he's thinking that way or if he's not really doesn't care. Like, because you would think that last workout's thruster, but they just did wall ball. So it's probably why it's not thruster, right?
Yeah, I would guess so. You've done this workout, 64-8?
I've never done that workout. No.
Oh, I think they did it for the, I don't know. I think more so the stimulus of stabilizing the 205-pound barbell after 64 pull-ups. It feels so different than a thruster. Mm-hmm. And maybe they wanted that. I can't remember what the games had in 2014. Did they have one rep max overhead squat?
2014 was overhead squat with the same day as the swim, right?
Yeah. So I imagine I might think that, hey, this was a progression and a precursor to the overhead squat 1 rep max, and they wanted somebody who was really competent at it. And I think that this event, more than any other I've done, maybe the I want to say it was strength and depth 21-15-9 workout. It was 21 cal ski, 15 bar facing burpees, 9 overhead squats, 225. Those 2 workouts are very unique stimulus where it's like the stabilizing is just crazy.
Do you remember I mean, we'll review it, but do you remember the regionals chipper that had the 225 overhead squat twice? I think it was
the box burpee box overs, right?
Yeah, with salt bike,
2016.
Walk. Yeah, I mean that's 10 at 225. I was thinking about this the other day. Thick and quick was 245, 165.
Was that this same year? So they had a 1 rep max overhead squat at the games in 2014 and thick and quick.
I don't. Maybe it wasn't 2014 they did the overhead squat, but that is correct. Thick and quick was Rich's last.
Yeah. So that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, which is really cool that they did like the last workout of regionals and the last workout of the games.
I was gonna say
I bet not a lot of people have noticed that.
Is that the heaviest overhead squat ever programmed in competition? The thick and quick 245.
245.
Yeah. 4 reps. Is that the heaviest one?
100%.
Interesting.
Unless you count just from
what we've seen in the previous years and just things we've noticed even this year, I don't think that wall balls before this would have stopped them from doing thrusters if that's what they wanted to do.
It's such a similar movement pattern. That's why I think about it. But I think it's more because you already have front squat, and to have thruster and front squat would be a little bit tough.
And wall ball. Jeez.
Maybe that was too much for him.
But hey, I'll ask you guys this. You
That's
probably have to
crazy.
you probably have to mess with the rep scheme a little bit. But if the Echo bike would have been around back then, do you think 64 and 8 Echo bike cows would have been a way like cooler and more fun way to finish this workout?
No.
This competition?
64
Or
Echo bike cows
do
and
you
then 8
think
overhead squats.
yeah, 64
I
and
think
8?
the pull-ups
No, I
are cooler
don't
because
think-
you can see
yeah.
where people are at. You can see, oh, that person broke, that person didn't.
Yeah.
I
Like this
think
is like this kind of programming to me though is where when you start to work your way around, you're like, we've already squatted 4 times, we've already been in these positions. Like, maybe a machine would be kind of nice here at the last workout. Like that's
what I mean when I ask if he's using it as a crutch, because I 100% get the thought process, but for when you're programming what crowns people the fittest person on earth, when you get to that crossroads or that fork in the road or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and you're like, shit,
the
it
dilemma.
would be really easy to put an Echo bike here, and then I don't have to think that hard about it. That's when you don't fucking do that, and you make the cooler decision. You come up with something that no one else has fucking ever seen before, and it makes everyone think it's super cool.
well, you have 21 muscle ups and 10 leg lifts. So I don't think in any way they've done too much pulling. I think the pull-ups are great there. I
Yeah.
think the pull-ups are awesome. The barbell weightlifting, like this is before we saw any of that, but like, dude, 8 at 100 on a dumbbell would have been sick back then. They had already done those dumbbell snatches a couple years earlier. So it's not like the 100-pound dumbbell was just completely
Overhead squats.
Yeah, overhead squat with a
Yeah.
dumbbell. Just to put a
Yeah, that
dumbbell
would've
on
been
it
sick.
would have been, I don't know. But I think back then, again, I think dumbbell was such a novel, like even using dumbbells was just like, oh my gosh, so crazy.
I mean, even an overhead lunge, a single arm overhead lunge would have gone well there.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
know. You have the pistol squats, but again, it's like what?
To me, especially if it's not machines, like it's cool movements that we do in CrossFit all the time, and they're more real, like how Sevan always talks about the quote, like, you know, we don't have any machines because we are the machines. Like when you're using your fucking body to do cool shit, as long as you're overdoing it on everything, I don't care that they overdo it. Like I don't, it doesn't bother me that it's like, holy shit, dude, they're squatting 2 workouts in a row on this day, and then the next day they have another 2 workouts where they're squatting twice in a row. As long as they're pulling from the floor a million fucking times as well. If it's kind of like just a crazy test like that, that doesn't bother me.
What do you think are some? What are some ways you would change these events? Just a handful of changes that you would think would have the most impact on making this a bit more balanced and a bit more varied. I have a couple ideas off the top of my head, but I want to hear you guys go first.
I mean, for me, one of the things that really stands out, and it's crazy because none of these regionals so far have had it, and I don't remember when the first time they did it. Maybe it was 2015.
Running.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's but back then it was like, nah, man, we run when we man, we run when we get to the games. Yeah. Nah, man, we run when we get to the games.
200-foot sprint there's not enough.
We run 4 times at the games. We'll cover running then. But it's just for me, it's running. So
yeah.
I don't know the way that they have this kind of the way that he's laid this out. I don't know where exactly I would insert it. I really think that you have enough workouts in this like 8 to 12 minute time domain that I think you probably just could do like a longer run and more rope climbs.
Just
and
take
that be a good couplet or whatever. So
that, or take the row out, because I mean, look, you've probably tested rowing already in the open. Maybe they didn't in 2014. Was it tested?
14.4. That was the chipper.
So just take the rowing out and do a 0.5 mile run to start and finish the workout. Maybe, I don't know, that makes it a bit longer. I think or 1,000 meters. Yeah, or 1,000 meters. 2 big changes that I looked at are to change the 1 rep max hang squat snatch to, if it was a 3-minute max window for handstand walk, make it a 1.5 minute max window for max hang snatches, and make the weight like body weight. I don't know, that 195, 125 weight. So you're essentially getting the same people, but now you're not mandating a squat, and now you don't have a 1 rep max and then a max distance. It's max reps, max reps. I also think changing the muscle up to a wall walk back then would have been cool, because I like keeping the ring dips. I don't think this 21 muscle, I mean, maybe in 2014, the 21 muscle ups were a huge deal, but I think 7 wall walks or 21 wall walks would have been a way bigger deal in that workout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
I guess with the handstand walk, it's too. God, this is such a mess.
What's interesting to me is,
and then the strict handstand push
is so you have the 1 rep max lift, so we already have something heavy.
Yeah,
but all the weightlifting is moderately heavy.
Yeah,
170, 175, 195, 180, and 205. Everything is within 30 pounds. Like all the weightlifting movements are in that 185, 195.
Other than the wall
range.
ball, but yeah.
Well,
other than the wall ball.
so
I kind of think like a 225 hang clean would have been much better on Nasty Nancy.
That's so weird too that they go hang squat snatch into hang power clean. Just so. God,
we talked about this a little bit.
This is messy. You just have to rewrite it all.
Maybe the first one. I guess it was the first one because I was the only one I was here for. But we talked about this a little. They didn't test running until the games. So it's like, hey, we'll just run when we get there. And all the weights and regionals, like every weighted workout, especially if it's on a barbell, is like you said, moderate to heavy. And then when you do get to the games, is that why Rich won 4 years in a row? Because now at the games, all he has to do is beat people who are also just as shitty at running as he is. There's no filter. Like, it's not like, oh, the people who are really good at running are now going to get to show it at the games because they didn't fucking make it, because they were going up against a bunch of fucking jack dudes who've been done bodybuilding.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. Do you think any of those guys in 2014 who are much better at running would have been good enough at the other stuff to beat Rich? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so. And
I don't
think.
Yeah, no, the answer is no. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like,
hey, I get what you're saying. The
we're
programming
kind of a
lends
product
itself.
of the programming, like, and when you're programming the regionals like that, that changes everyone's training for the next year and makes it like whatever they need to do to be
at the same time. Maybe Rich is a product of this style of programming.
Yeah.
God, what a fucking beefy. This is how my programming is about to look for the next month. Not Sentinel, but my own fucking shit. What's Taylor doing? Cranking hog. 5-minute warm up. Green monster. Oh, God. Okay, so next week, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Taylor's at 10 a.m. Saturday Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern.
Do you guys think there will be a distinct year, or it'll just be a general shift where we can see like the retarded things stop happening, like the muscle ups and ring dips and?
No, I mean, I think the 2017 dumbbell year is one of the coolest and most creative.
But they had ring dips and muscle ups too.
That's what I was gonna say. But they have power snatch ring dip and then dumbbell overhead squat ring muscle up. Like, that's still
the same thing.
That's really, really, really similar.
With the dumbbell, same implement. And ring dumbbell. It's cool as fuck.
I know they had the vest. I know they had the vest squats that year, but like a dumbbell thruster isn't a vest squat. They could have done dumbbell thrusters and ring muscle ups, and you still could have done dumbbell snatch. Like, there's still things that from all those years, like even 2018, which is probably my favorite year because they start out with those 3 single modality triplets, right? Because it's just really creative that he did that back to back to back.
That's my least favorite year.
But there's still stuff in that year after those 3 that are just like, why is this the way it is right now? So I don't know.
Yeah, that vest workout's a good workout. That, I think, is one of the best regional workouts. Yeah. Alone.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's like a mini Murph. I mean, it's just really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And strict handstand push-ups with the vest.
That's
All
the
right.
only time I've ever done strict handstand push-ups with a vest. I did that workout.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've
Hey, do
done-
you guys think? I think it would hold up, but they did regionals in 8, but just did it with kipping muscle ups and had that be a workout. I think it would be so sick.
Oh,
Yeah,
just go
I think
for
it'd still
just go
be
for
great.
4, 7, 12, 10 rounds for time. People would be would be going hard on
Yeah.
that. Like that would be really. I would
I've done
love to see
thought
that.
before too.
Yeah, just take the strict out and just let
Yep.
them race it 10 rounds because that's still just a dirty workout.
Like a dirty Sanchez.
You don't even know what a dirty Sanchez. You are a dirty Sanchez, bro. Look at your fucking upper lip, dude. And with that, we are out.
J.R. Howell, man, he gets it. He's your favorite programmer's favorite programmer. If you're sick of being down there and want to be all the way up here, join WPTH now. You want to know the crazy thing about hate? We prefer it. We prefer thehate.com. Tell them Beasley sent you.